Hey everybody, I got a messy ass story time for you. This story is about how a rapper felt entitled to me in this city. He slid in my DMs and wouldn't leave me alone. And then I told his girl, and she and I ended up being a thing. So I'm not going to be sharing any screenshots of conversations because I respect her. And she and I already had our little situation. So if she sees this, which she probably will, we're still really good friends to this day. Who knows? She might tell her side of the story in her own video. So this occurred a year and a half ago. And there was a very specific rapper. I don't know what it is. I'm a very pretty music artist. We know this. I'm talented, I'm gorgeous. Everybody wants a piece. I'm not a snack bar. So this one guy who every time I would run into him at shows would not leave me alone. It was always, hey, you need a friend, you got a friend, you want somebody to talk to? And obviously I'm like, no, I'm good, my guy. For those who don't know, I'm a homo romantic bisexual. I do date men, but I prefer women. So I wasn't really interested. He ended up, after like the third or fourth show that I saw him, I gotta sneeze, hold on. Okay, it went away. After like the third or fourth show that I seen him, he found my Instagram. And I'm like, fuck. He instantly liked every single post of mine. He like just would not stop spamming my DMs, would not leave me alone. So I finally went to my DMs and I was about ready to tell him like, hey, leave me alone. Because at this point, this is stalker territory. I've done told you too many times in person that I'm not interested and you won't leave me alone. But because I never really paid attention to his profile anyways, I just knew it was him from his username. Bro had his girlfriend in his profile picture. I was dumbfounded. And obviously in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna tell her because I'm a girl's girl. I am not a side piece. I'm not the type to keep that shit to myself. You're gonna know. Like, I don't like when people are like, well, maybe they already know, or maybe they would prefer not to know. That's not me. I'm not going to the grave knowing that I kept that from somebody. I'm not going to the grave knowing that she might still marry that man and he's out here doing her dirty. That's not me. So I take all the screenshots of what he's doing. I'm telling her in the first part of the paragraph, I'm like, hey, this person is always harassing me at shows. Like, I've tried telling him to leave me alone. I've tried talking to him and being like, hey, this is not cool. Like, at this point, you're stalking me. And she was like, oh, really? Like, what's going on? Like, do you even have any, like, what's going on? I don't believe you. And I was like, hold on, babes. And I took a screenshot of all this shit he was sending me. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't want to, what? Like, why are you trying to talk to him? And I was like, well, ma'am, I already saw where this is about to go. I was like, if you can't tell, I didn't respond to anything. And she's like, yeah, just sorry, I'm in shock. He and I have been together for 5 years. And I was like, bless this girl's heart. She and I ended up having a little bit more of a conversation. I'm like, I'm so sorry, girl. And I know this probably hurts, but I'm just letting you know because I'm not the type to keep that to myself. I would want to know. I've been on the end of not being told when somebody was doing me dirty. So I'm not doing that to somebody else. That's just not okay. And she was like, you know what? I appreciate you telling me or whatever, but you know, I don't know how to handle this. And I was like, girl, that's you, respectfully. I just wanted to tell you. Time flies by. It's about 2.5 weeks now. And he stops DMing me. He actually blocks me. So I assumed that she had him block me because, you know, that's usually how the situation goes. It's like, oh, well, I still want us to be together, but you gotta block her, even though he's the problem. So 2.5 weeks rolls by. I notice that I haven't gotten anything. I'm like, thank God. Like, finally. And then the third week rolls around and I get a message request. His girl texted me.
Oh, DD, oh.
And I'm like, why did it go to my message requests if I was just talking to her 3 weeks ago? It should be in like my general. As it turns out, she like completely deactivated her account. She was distraught. Like, she was with this man for 5 years. And I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, am I about to get cussed out? I feel like I'm about to get cussed out. She was like, well, I deactivated my account. He and I, you know, we're trying to work things out, but I'm stressed. And I'm like, cool. I'm thinking she's coming here for a therapy session. I am not a therapist. I am not. So I'm like, hey, whatever it is, you know, I'm not trying to be too involved. I was just trying to do my part and be a good person. And she's like, no, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not gonna lie, the way you handled that, I really appreciated it. Like, I admire it. And I was like, go on. I didn't say that, obviously, but I'm in my brain like, I know where this is going. She's like, yeah, I admire that about you and everything. And I'm like, well, I appreciate that. You know, not a lot of people these days have the tits or the balls to actually stick up and do the right thing. A lot of people are very quick to just follow the leader. She was like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've been thinking about the way that you spoke to me and how you comforted me. And I went, okay, I definitely knew where this was going. So she starts sending me paragraphs about, you know, she's been realizing that she wants to be with somebody that actually respects her and communicates, and she never really got that from anybody else. And I'm just waiting for that final sentence. And finally, after like 2-3 paragraphs, she's like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I think you're really pretty. Are you willing to like start talking or whatever? And I was like, not if you're with him. And she was, I think, distraught because it took her about 5-10 minutes to respond after a consistent conversation for about 30 minutes. And she was like, yeah, don't even worry about that. You know, I think it's important to show respect where it's due. Y'all, she broke up with him. She sent me screenshots. And she was like, there, you have your evidence, it's done. You know, I want to see where this goes. I think you're gorgeous. I like the way you handle things. I think I'd feel safe with you. And in my brain, I'm like, this is going very fast. But also I like it, because that shows me she knows what she wants. So, long story short, she and I end up talking for about 2 months. We go on a few dates. Things happen. We have a good time. The conversation started with her being like, hey, I'm about to go back into school, and this was a really fun little fling. And I'm like, I'm entertaining. Bruh. But anyways, I was very okay with us parting ways. It was a fun little thing, you know? And I still love her to death, like platonically. There's not many people I could say I would ever be cool with after being that close to them, but she's one of those people. Even to this day, she and I send memes back and forth, and I think back to it a lot because, you know, obviously I made a really good friendship after something. She's the first person that I've ever been able to actually build a friendship from after, you know, but also like, it makes me like, these dudes out here don't be understanding. Sometimes these girls be more than just girls. I never went into it with intention. But look what I got out of it. Call me Mrs. Steal Your Girl. I had a lot of fun. And I wanted to tell a story time because I never do these things. And I was like, the internet would love this. It was a really good experience. She might chime in. I'm pretty sure she subscribed to me. So y'all might have a pinned comment. But that's all from Satana. And before I forget, don't forget to check out my Spotify. Got a new song that came out this month, and I got an album coming out later this year, so check it out.